Okay, we're ready.
Trust me, I know. That's nerve-wracking. Kayla took some lessons.
Okay, we're gonna call the public safety meeting to order. Sorry about the delay. We have a quorum. A couple members are still on their way. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderman Boyd,
Present.
Alderwoman Howard,
She's excused.
Alderman Ornowitz, Alderwoman Hubbard, Alderman Muhammad, Alderwoman Boyd, Alderwoman Clark Hubbard,
Here.
Alderman Vaccaro,
Present.
President Reed.
Here.
5 present, you have quorum.
Okay, we need a motion for the minutes from the November 14th meeting.
I move for approval of the minutes dated November the 14th, 2019.
Second.
Okay, we have first and second. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Alderman Boyd,
Aye.
Alderwoman Howard, Alderman Ornowitz, Alderwoman Hubbard, Alderman Muhammad, Alderwoman Boyd, Alderwoman Clark Hubbard,
Aye.
Chairman Vaccaro,
Aye.
President Reed.
Aye.
5 aye votes.
Alderman Boyd, we're going to take up Board Bill 89 first, the pool and spa bill. My understanding is that everyone's come to an agreement on this thing, and if you want to give us a quick explanation, I don't know if we need much more.
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I would like to make a motion to put Board Bill 89 committee substitute before the committee.
Yeah, but if you leave, we can't do previous roll. Okay. Okay, I'm being told we can do previous rolls.
Okay.
Okay. I'm ready, I apologize.
I, again, would like to make a motion to put Board Bill 89 committee substitute before the committee.
Previous roll, we need a motion to put it in front of us? Okay, and then previous roll.
Okay.
There's no objection to previous roll, we'll just,
Mr. Chairman, Board Bill 89 committee substitute is we basically kind of wordsmithed it from the last time we had conversation about the spa and pool bill. We inadvertently, when we passed the last code, left out the requirements for the spa and the pool. And with sitting down and meeting with Local 562, the plumbers and pipe fitters, we agreed to some language that should make this bill palatable for everybody.
okay. Does anyone have any questions on Board Bill 89 committee substitute? It seems like they've kind of worked out everything with each other.
No question.
If we have no questions, then actually we'll take a motion to pass Board Bill 89 committee substitute out.
Mr. Chairman,
I'm sorry. Isn't it?
I move to pass Board Bill 89 committee substitute out with a due pass recommendation.
And any requests for previous roll?
Previous roll.
Seeing no objection to previous roll, we pass Board Bill 87 out with a due pass recommendation. 89, I'm sorry. Slowly losing my mind. Board Bill 89 committee substitute, I apologize. Alderman, you're recognized on wherever it's hiding at. Board Bill 172, and I know I got it here. I found it. I'm sorry, because I'm in a rush, because of whatever. But anyway, this one we're going to spend a few minutes on, because like somewhat of an explanation.
Sure, Mr.
So if you would, please.
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, I'd just like to go ahead and read a brief summary. This is basically, in a nutshell, common sense gun legislation at the municipal level. The purpose of the bill is to create the municipal ordinance violation for unlawful possession of a handgun by a minor under the age of 18. While the state of Missouri preempts most of the field of gun regulation, this bill seeks to take advantage of the federal law prohibiting, except in certain exempt circumstances, a juvenile from possessing a handgun, and to create a regulation to enforce the prohibition that is consistent with regulations allowed by state statute. The bill includes a penalty provision for violation which is not to exceed $500 in fines and or 30 days incarceration. This bill is an exercise of the police power of the City of St. Louis with the goal of improving safety for all, creating a new tool to use against gun violence, and averting future problems by addressing gun possession by minors. This bill should have a positive impact on our community. And as you guys know, far too often we're reading in the newspaper and seeing on the news about the tragedies that are happening with our young people. And sometimes you are finding that some of the murders that are occurring in the city of St. Louis, or some of the violence, is due to juveniles being in possession of handguns. The more handguns that we can take out of the hands of juveniles, the safer the city of St. Louis will be. Now, some people would say, well, don't we already have a law for that? Well, I believe it was Senate Bill 656 that was passed and enacted in January 2017. It basically allowed for anyone 19 years old or a member of the armed forces to carry a handgun in the state of Missouri without a permit. But it mentioned nothing about juveniles, so they basically left it open. And what we're doing is we're taking advantage of that opening and creating our own ordinance. Now, I like to suggest that the city is on the forefront of this. However, Kansas City has already passed this legislation. Columbia is working to pass this legislation, and Springfield is working. The mayors have gotten together in a cohesive group, which is phenomenal, right? You don't often hear about, we working across state lines for one common cause. And so through their leadership, they've agreed that this is a good process and a necessary step in order to make the city of St. Louis, Springfield, Kansas City, and Columbia safer communities to live in.
Thank you. I would like my name added. We can go down the list, but does anyone on the committee have a question, or you want me to go down the list?
No question.
No question.
No questions. Well, then, at this point, we would just take a motion. I would like my name added to it.
I would like my name added as well.
So noted.
Shameen, would you like to- So, we would like, the committee would like their names added. Then we will take a motion to pass Board Bill 172 out with a due pass recommendation.
I move that we pass Board Bill 172 out of committee with a due pass recommendation.
Second.
And previous roll? Seeing no objection to previous roll, we pass Board Bill 172 out with a due pass recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And please mark Pam is here, and we are adjourned.